Another bullish indication. Another day. Recently, the SEC leaked a highly sensational story on XRP Ripple. The SEC was making every effort to bring down Ripple not long ago. However, things have changed, and they may suddenly be producing XRP, Millionaires. Don't you think that seems crazy? However, the situation is simply becoming more intriguing. According to experts, XRP Ripple Coin's price may soon rise above $3,000. Quite awesome, isn't it? Watch this video through to the end. Immediately, let's get started. Disclaimer: the SEC's approval of an XRP futures ETF is a startling move that is making waves in the cryptocurrency industry. This feels like a long-awaited moment of acknowledgement for the XRP community, a move from the courtroom to the limelight of Wall Street. However, the tale is more complex than it first seems underneath the headlines. The approval is a significant step forward. However, experts warn that it's not exactly the groundbreaking event that some might think it is, including analyst John Squire. It's critical to comprehend why. Fundamentally, an exchange-traded fund, ETF, is a financial instrument that enables investors to obtain exposure to an asset such as XRP without actually holding it. It could be compared to purchasing a ticket to watch a game rather than participating in it. Though not directly, you are involved in the action. Investors can wager on XRP's price swings using a futures exchange-traded fund, ETF, which was just approved by the SEC without ever having to handle the actual tokens. Instead than really purchasing XRP, it's more like betting on whether the price will increase or decrease. It does not, therefore, generate demand for the real asset. It's not cryptocurrency. It's exchanging paper. However, a spot ETF is a distinct animal. It entails buying and retaining the real XRP tokens. Because of this, demand is increased, supply is decreased, and prices may rise. Therefore, even though a futures ETF advances XRP's institutional legitimacy, it does not initiate the supply and demand dynamics that would cause the token to rise to a new price level. The futures ETF is not negligible, though. It's a symbol of something strong. There is no longer any legal ambiguity surrounding XRP. It is making inroads into the traditional finance sector, which is occupied by hedge funds, pension funds, and other major companies. This adds a whole new level of visibility and legitimacy. The chancellor of XRP tweeted, "It appears that the SEC will categorize XRP as a commodity. Gold is a commodity as well. The digital gold is XRP. It's more than just a catchy phrase. It's a fundamental change in thinking. Gold and other commodities are regarded as stores of value. They have worldwide use cases and are not governed by any one party. The road to widespread acceptance will go much more smoothly if XRP is treated similarly." More and more people believe that XRP is about to embark on its next phase as a key component of the contemporary financial system, rather than only a remittance solution or lawsuit survivor. The seriousness of this situation is encapsulated in CryptoGeek's tweet that only states that XRPF has been approved by the US SEC. It is brief, true, and the start of a much longer story. Jack the Rippler added to the buzz, saying, "Be ready for the domino effect," which implies that further ETFs might follow and that an XRP ETF might be on the horizon. The true treasure here is that institutions purchasing and holding XRP would be indicated by a spot ETF. At that point, the dynamics of prices drastically shift. This futures ETF is still a huge win till then. It grants XRP a place at the institutional table and opens the floodgates to legitimacy. However, the market will have to wait for something more concrete before the price spike, acceptance, and utility can take off. Something seems to be beginning right now. XRP is now being positioned among commodities like gold, after previously being regarded as a regulatory pariah. The question of whether XRP will succeed has been resolved. It's the extent to which it will advance now that the doors to conventional funding are starting to open. This futures ETF might be the first glimpse of a far greater treasure if digital gold is indeed the appropriate comparison. Crazy, huh? What you haven't heard yet, though, is this. The forecasts made by the cryptocurrency gurus regarding XRP's future could blow your mind. Tell me you're not interested, because what they're saying might make all the difference in the world. Continue to observe. This is when the exciting part begins. Imagine purchasing Bitcoin in 2011, when the majority of people disapproved of the concept of digital currency. Right now, several analysts are characterizing XRP in precisely that way. According to Aminex, purchasing XRP now is comparable to purchasing Bitcoin in 2011. Until you look at the statistics, it sounds crazy. XRP isn't simply recovering. It appears to be resuming one of the most spectacular cryptocurrency bull runs ever. Egra Crypto, an experienced market analyst, claims that XRP is still in line with its 2017 fractal, and if he's correct, we might be about to see a price shift of enormous proportions. In less than a year, XRP soared from less than a penny to nearly $4 in 2017. That is a gain of more than 6,000%, and it might be happening again now. XRP has already increased by 578%. From $50 in November 2024 to over $3 in January 2025. Similar to the last time, the coin has been consolidating and coiling like a spring when the surge reached resistance. This is Wave 2 of an Elliott wave pattern, according to Egra. Wave 3, the rocket phase, might be the one to watch if that technical framework holds true. According to his chart, XRP might soar to $27 this summer, between June and September. Furthermore, it doesn't end there. He thinks a final fifth wave could propel XRP to an eye-watering $120, even if it experiences a brief reversal after hitting $27, possibly falling to $5 in what he refers to as Wave 4. That would represent a 5,000% rise over its current price and place its market capitalization, which is close to $7 trillion on level with commodities like gold. Although it's a huge assertion, it shows how confident some analysts are in XRP's long-term prospects. The larger XRP community is just as enthusiastic. It may surprise you to learn that XRP will print the largest green candle ever, tweeted XRP Avengers. Some, such as crypto-based, have a more realistic goal, predicting $10 to $12 during this surge. Still, there's a sense that something significant is about to happen. There was no subtlety in Crypto Sensei. $3,000 XRP could arrive, sooner than you anticipate. These are not only Moonboy forecasts circulated on Twitter. They support the expanding notion that XRP is doing more than merely battling the law or attempting to stay afloat in the shadow of Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's developing into something with a strong institutional interest, market structure, and historical precedent. The important thing to remember is this regardless of whether XRP hits $10, $120, or even $3,000. Big players are observing. In-depth fractals are being monitored by analysts. Institutions are experimenting. And the army of XRP is still going strong, simply stated by XRP Dragon. Money that will change lives is on the horizon. Naturally, the CEO of Ripple couldn't remain mute in the face of such a significant event. He intervened and disclosed Ripple's upcoming major initiatives. And, believe me, these aren't your typical collaborations. His hints might put XRP at the center of the world's financial system. This is historic, not simply bullish. XRP has the potential to not only rise but also revolutionize the system. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, recently spoke on stage about the continuous changes in the financial industry, with a special emphasis on the move away from antiquated systems like SWIFT and toward more effective blockchain technology. XRP is at the center of this change. Garlinghouse remarks are made at a pivotal moment for Ripple and the international payment sector. Although SWIFT has been used by the financial industry for more than 40 years, he noted that it is an antiquated technology that urgently needs to be upgraded. According to Garlinghouse, blockchain technology and the Internet of Value are driving the financial system into a new era that will bring about quicker, less expensive, and more transparent international transfers. SWF has served as the foundation for international money transfers for many years. SWIFT has a lengthy history in the global financial system, but Garlinghouse pointed out that its structure is still constrained. In essence, the system is based on outdated, closed networks that are unable to keep up with the needs of the modern, connected, fast-paced world. Trying to update SWIFT is like trying to make a horse and buggy go faster, Garlinghouse said bluntly. Although that's a strong statement, it highlights the truth. Even with significant improvements, an antiquated system remains based on essentially antiquated technology. A far better option is provided by blockchain, and more especially by Ripple's XRP. It's like going from horse and buggy to Ferrari. What role does XRP play in this shift, then? XRP is more than simply a virtual money, though. This technology is intended to completely transform the way that cross-border payments are processed. Garlinghouse made it apparent that while SWIFT's Global Payments Innovation Program has made progress in enhancing the speed and transparency of conventional systems, these little adjustments fall short. In contrast, Ripple's system is blockchain-based and was created from the ground up to substantially speed up transactions and cut expenses. Let's now discuss worldwide adoption and why it is essential to the price potential of XRP. The demand for XRP will only rise as more financial institutions and nations use blockchain and XRP solutions for international payments. Its value may rise significantly as a result, particularly if XRP plays a crucial role in enabling these transactions. Consider it this way. Assets that can support that network are becoming more and more necessary as blockchain use increases. Additionally, XRP is positioned to be the preferred asset. This adoption goes beyond theory. Some of the biggest financial institutions in the world have already partnered with Ripple. Additionally, the ripple effect is expected to continue to gain traction as more of these institutions use XRP-powered solutions. Not only that, but whales are actively participating in the process. They are consuming millions of XRP coins in secret while making calculated actions that have the potential to change the market as a whole. Something significant is developing, which could portend significant price movement. We're going to dissect everything, so stay put. Don't miss what occurs next since this is a pivotal time for XRP. Thus, XRP is causing a stir in the cryptocurrency market, and it's not just individual traders. A staggering $30 million worth of XRP was recently transferred in under 60 seconds. Analysts and traders alike were drawn to this enormous transaction, which suggests that a significant event in the XRP market is imminent. Even more intriguing is the fact that regular traders did not make this move. The whales, big investors who own a sizable portion of the asset, planned it, with the market anxiously awaiting the approval of an XRP futures ETF and other possible catalysts. The timing of these trades is critical. These whales may be taking advantage of the increasing momentum or possess intimate knowledge. These actions are frequently taken by whales who own big holdings of XRP when they predict a significant change in the market, whether it's market manipulation or a price spike. Their substantial transfers or acquisitions have the potential to tilt the scales, affecting price movement and attracting other institutional and individual investors. A whale is showing confidence as it moves such a large amount. These large deals usually occur before volatile times, and they are frequently the ones that raise prices by bringing liquidity to the market. The $30 million XRP transfer serves as an example of how calculated these actions may be. The fact that these whales are acting now is no accident. The impending ETF approvals and possible regulatory clarity put XRP in a strong position to gain from them, which might result in significant price increases. Because it instills a sense of urgency in the market, this type of whale action is very significant. Smaller investors may be alerted to the possibility of a major price movement if these whales are increasing their holdings or shifting their positions. Whether this is the prelude to a huge rally is the question that everyone is asking. It's logical to assume that the price of XRP may be poised for a significant surge given the volume of trades and increased expectations surrounding it. Given that whales frequently spearhead these kinds of movements, it is certain that XRP will experience heightened buying pressure, particularly if more institutional players join the fray. In the end, whales have the ability to influence markets. Their purchases or sales have the potential to generate momentum waves that reverberate throughout the cryptocurrency market. All eyes are on the market's response as XRP whales continue their maneuvers. If they are correct about the impending spike, XRP may witness one of its biggest price rallies to history, which would propel it to new heights and draw in more investors from around the globe. The only thing left to ask is, what do you think about that? Do you have high hopes for the XRP Ripple token? What do you think will happen? Tell me in the space provided for comments. I'd like to know. Consequently, this concludes the video. I appreciate you watching. Please remember to hit the like button, leave a comment with your ideas or questions, and, most importantly, remember to subscribe if you found the information informative and enjoyable.